Jimmy Garoppolo, the third-year backup, threw a total of 31 NFL passes in his first 2 years, but he led the Patriots to that hot start we all talk about, beating the Cardinals. He beat the Dolphins in the first two starts, and he really sort of, I wouldn't say surprised people, but he put on a show. He was great, and unfortunately, that time was cut short by an injury in Week 2, but the question remains, is Jimmy G the heir there in New England? Should they put him on the trade market? There's a lot of talk going on, a lot of speculation that we'll sort of be going over. So sort of initial thoughts, guys. What do you think?
I'm going to come out and say it that, he's 3 years in the league. He's got 2 Super Bowl rings, been a part of 2 championship teams. And last year we saw Jared Goff fetch 2 first-round picks, 2 second-round picks, 2 third-round picks. We saw Carson Wentz get 2 first-round picks, a third-rounder, a fourth-rounder. Look, I know that Matt Castle was in this book, and, you can go through Ryan Mallett, former Patriot, Brian Hoyer, former Patriots quarterbacks that haven't really gone on to be Tom Brady. But if you're giving up all those picks for Jared Goff and Carson Wentz and unknown products, and this kid's what, 25, 26?
Turned 26.
To me, Jimmy Garoppolo, I think he's worth a first-round pick. I think he's worth a first-round pick. In fact, I would go as far as saying if I'm the Cleveland Browns or the San Francisco 49ers, I would say I would trade the #1 overall pick, and this might go viral and be crazy, but knowing the league and knowing how valued quarterbacks are and what people think of Garoppolo, if I'm the Browns, I don't think it's crazy to offer the #1 overall pick straight up for Jimmy Garoppolo.
That's your starting QB. You're going to give your first overall pick.
And I don't think it's crazy to me. And I'll tell you why. The draft is just the ultimate risk. You don't know what you're getting. Yeah. Give me Garoppolo, who has been under McDaniels, who's been under Belichick, never mind Brady, the coaching for years, who has played not in NFL games and been really good. Like Deshaun Kaiser, all right? He's in Notre Dame. He played under Brian Kelly a little bit. Mitch Trubisky played under Larry Fedora for 1 year as a starter. Would you want that with the guy who's big and strong and has great college highlights? Or do you want what we're looking at now? Real NFL highlights to NFL receivers against NFL defenses. I don't care if it was 3 games or 3 series. I love a guy who's actually played in the NFL. I would trade the #1 pick for Garoppolo, too. I like it.
All right, listen, I get it. You guys are excited, and I'm a fan of Jimmy G, too, but you got to look at the situation. Now, it's just a sample size. You're talking about college guys. Yeah, some of these college guys might not have the NFL experience, obviously, but they still have highlights. Now, you look at Jimmy G in the situation he's been in, it's a sample size. The same sample size that the Houston Texans went on and bought on and paid $72 million for Brock Osweiler. Now, you're saying it's not the same situation because, Brock Osweiler didn't play behind Tom Brady. Okay, I get that. Exactly. But if that's your argument, then you got to look at the guys that have been there. You look at Castle, you look at Hoyer, you look at Mallett. Those guys are combined 49 and 59 after they left New England.
That's unreal.
Completion rate just around 50%. So it's not like it's an automatic bet because you play behind Tom Brady that you're going to go somewhere else and be successful. The best situation for the team is to keep him, because you have a guarantee if Tom goes down. Tom is old, if Tom is healthy. 40, he's 40. And I'm not saying 40 is fragile, but if you get banged up, you need somebody to come in and play. Now, the best thing for Jimmy G is to go out there and get that money. And that's where the difference is.
Peter, how does his contract
work? So he's got a year.
He's due $1.1 million, right? And
he's got 1 year remaining, and he's going to only make $1 million, right? And then he's going to hit the free agent market, and it is going to be an Osweiler deal next year. Whether he throws a pass or not, someone is going to throw a lot of money at Garoppolo. So if you're the Patriots, you're saying, yeah, hold on to him. Of course. But if you get him right now off your books, you can get something in exchange. Next year, there will be no exchange. It's going to be 1 year remaining. He's a free agent. Goodbye, arrivederci. Right? That's the thing. Brissett was a second or a third-round pick that they got this year, and they're already kind of grooming him as well. So if you are the Patriots and you have a kid, Brissett, who Parcells loved and now Belichick likes, and obviously you're grooming, do you need 2 young guys, or do you trade him now and maybe get something in return, Nate?
Yeah, the question is, what do you need, though? They just won the Super Bowl. So, yeah, there's a need for every team, even if you did win the Super Bowl. But are the Patriots desperate for a certain position right now, for them to have to go out there and send Garoppolo out as trade bait? I don't think so.
A first overall pick?
Yeah, you can always get something good with a first-round pick. But here's the thing. Even though I was a third-round pick and I love young players coming out of college, there's no guarantee that you're going to get something with the trade. Yeah, you get a first-round pick. You go get a first-round guy out of college.
Get a pass rusher or something like that. Offensive line.
What are you talking about? The Falcons traded the 6th overall, or the Browns traded the 6th overall pick, and they got Julio Jones in their franchise. You can definitely get that guy. If you're the first overall pick, Nate, you can draft Myles Garrett. He might be the best pass rusher the last 10 years.
Could be the next Von Miller,
yeah. You
there is something scary about it. Kate and I were trying to laugh about in this commercial. Like, the fact that the Patriots would be willing to get rid of him, even for whatever price.
Yeah.
the Patriots are so in everybody's head. You know, they're like, we're the masters. We control all the personnel. If the Patriots are getting rid of them,
like if I was in a fantasy football
like,
league with
it
the
must not be
Patriots, I
good.
would never even. It's
You don't want to trade with the Patriots.
On paper, like it'd be advantageous to me. I don't trust.
You don't want to make a deal with the devil.
They're getting rid of something.
They must
Well, you
know
look at
something.
like acquiring a mallet, acquiring a castle, and then seeing how that pans out. Like, are you afraid to take somebody out of that world because you are worried that they just thrive in that system?
Yeah, look Chiefs
With
fans
that
at home right now.
coaching
Chiefs
in those
fans, who,
situations.
to your point, Matt Castle, he seemed like, oh, this is great. He comes in, Brady gets hurt. Well, they win 10 games that year with Castle. He looked great. And the Chiefs fans, they signed Matt Castle. We got the Patriots product. We got our franchise quarterback. It didn't work out.
Their
and then
trades
Matt Castle's
mostly
bounced
work out
around.
in their favor. When
No.
they get rid
So
of
it's
guys,
scary.
and
It's
we're all
scary.
up in arms, it's definitely terrible.
I'm saying they should trade the #1 pick, but that's
It's
scary.
like taking food from somebody and not knowing if it's going to expire. It's like, hey, Kyle, take this hoagie. And
It looks pretty good.
It looks pretty
Good
good.
looking hoagie.
But then you look at it and you're like, oh, this thing is molding. I'm not saying guys' careers are molding, but it
is
seems like
olive loaf in here? I thought this was ham.
every time somebody leaves the Patriots, you almost get the feeling that they've done their job in the league, not just on the team, that their time is done. Now, Jimmy G is super young, so we get it. He has
hasn't
a
even
lot.
had his time
Yeah,
yet.
he hasn't had his time yet. But when they're dealing somebody, I agree with Kyle. It's
I would
almost
take
like you're.
those.
difference.
It's, I would,
know that I
I
don't
would eat.
know.
I don't
Yeah.
even like sandwiches, and I'd eat that hoagie. If you
Yeah,
put
give me
mayonnaise
it.
on it, I hate it. Listen, I'm from Chicago. I grew up a Bears fan. This guy's completed 67% of his passes.
Go
He
on.
hasn't thrown an interception in his time. He has some experience. He's got 3 years following Tom Brady, working under Bill Belichick and Josh McDaniels. Give me Garoppolo.
Can you get a better
Bring
prospect
Jimmy
than that?
G
Wait,
back.
I like
mean, that's
that.
what I'm
I like
saying.
that.
We went through Kaiser,
me the
we went through
hoagie.
Watson, we went through Trubisky. As
I
much
don't
of
see Andrew Luck and Cam Newton there, Peter.
Of course, that's the thing.
Right.
Jameis Winston and Mariota aren't those guys. So to me, it's if Jared Goff, again, 2 first-round picks, 2 second-round picks, and 2 third-round
That's
picks.
crazy.
If he's worth that, Garoppolo is worth a first-round.